Welcome back to Quantreef.com. Bitcoin's trading around 65,226, right in between a couple of key liquidity pools, which makes this a genuinely interesting spot. We're covering liquidity, support and resistance, VWAP, Fibonacci, fair value gaps, positioning, and where price likely goes over the next several hours. Let's get into it. Price is sitting at 65,226, above both session VWAP at 65,132 and the two anchored VWAPs from the swing high and low, which sit close together around 64,000 and 64,090. That's acceptance above value, a mildly bullish tell, though the 9-layer read still calls momentum neutral overall, with trend strength decent but volatility and sentiment layers soft. The nearest liquidation pool sits just above at 65,712, holding a bit over $1 billion in resting size, and that's pulling roughly 2/3 odds of a tag over the next day. Below, there's a slightly larger pool near 64,340, just over $1.1 billion. Markets tend to drift toward these thick pools first because that's where stops cluster, then often snap back once the liquidity's swept. On screen right now, resistance 1 sits at 65,567, then 66,938, then 68,215 further out. Below, support comes in at the Fib.5 level, 64,589, with the stop-loss zone at 64,210. Given the high stop hunt risk flagged here, I'd lean toward the upside resistance getting tested first, with a loss of that Fib support invalidating the bullish red. Above price, the fair value gaps sit way up near 67.5 to 70,007 and beyond, both unfilled but far off, so they're not the immediate magnet. Below, there's a 4-hour bull gap right around 64,000 for 64 to 64,788, already mostly filled, acting more like support now. Fib-wise, we're inside the range, closest to the 1272 extension near 66,249. I'd expect the nearby FVG and Fib support below to get tested before that extension up top. The card grades this a watch, with N at 79 and HTS at 59, so readiness is decent but the trend scores carrying it while volatility and institutional positioning drag it down. Positioning-wise, retail's 54% long, top accounts 56% long, and the 4-hour taker split is 53% long versus 47% short. That's a mild long skew, meaning longs are a touch more exposed if price rolls over. With longs slightly crowded and the biggest resting liquidity sitting just above at 65,712, I'd favor a push into that wall first, sweeping upside stops before any real decision gets made. If buyers hold above the Fib support at 64,589 after that sweep, the path opens towards 66.9 and even 68,215. If sellers instead reject there, look for a slide back toward the 64,340 pool, which would offside those long heavy retail and top accounts. Bullish case confirms on acceptance above 65,712, invalidates below 64,210. Bearish case confirms on a breakdown of 64,589, invalidates on reclaim above 65,712. So we're sitting right at a decision point, and whichever side eats the next liquidity pool probably dictates the next real leg. If this kind of breakdown helps, drop a like and subscribe. Quantreef.com runs this same 9-layer grade, probability score and liquidity map across over 100 coins, with a 7-day trial if you want to dig deeper. And as always, this is for educational purposes only, not financial advice.